How's everybody doing tonight?
Yay! Celebrate!
Hopefully your hearts are full and your stomachs and some people their lungs as well, because those are some amazing performances. Everyone, just round of applause for everybody that's performed.
Yeah!
I honestly don't know how I'm going to follow up after that. That was pulling on my heartstrings. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sidvina Conti. I am proud and honored and very much privileged to be called RC's best man and best friend.
Yeah!
To be here celebrating them, seeing everybody show this much love and just seeing everyone this happy and so proud, it makes me emotional and it makes me very happy to be here. And so, but I'll start off with how we met. So RC and I go back a little over 10 years now. We met in a musty, smelly band room that smelled of spit and a bunch of teenagers. And in that band room was a tall Indian kid, me, who's played a mediocre trumpet and the most exceptional saxophone player I've ever met.
Yeah!
That kind-hearted saxophone player would tell me I was the best trumpet player, and I was not. So that kind of sums up our friendship in a really quick nutshell, because this man would be like, "You're so good, dude," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And that's just kind of the person he was. He was always this guy who found a way to lift up the people around him, and even if they weren't good at things, or even if they weren't the best at it, he knew the right words and the right attitude to provide them, to be able to support them and support me to be the best version of myself. And to find a friend like that is almost impossible. And yet here I am, proudly able to say that. He's lifted me in good times, hard times, in just being able to say a couple words won't be enough to describe the friendship we've built over these years. But that's not to say he's all perfect. So one of my biggest gripes with him is we've been on many adventures together and we've done a lot of amazing things. But I'm a yapper. I'll sit in the car and I can talk for hours and hours and hours. He's a sleeper. So you can see how those don't really mesh well. I'll be driving and he's knocked out in 5 minutes. So I'll have my personal concerts, I'll have my little band sessions, and he won't know a word. But that just kind of shows that we come from different paths and different ways of life, but yet we kind of balance each other out. We can, see what life can bring us, and he trusts me enough to fall asleep in the front seat with his cap over his face and just completely knocked out for hours and hours, and yet he'll wake up and be like, "All right, let's get going." And I'm like, "Well, we just drove for 10 hours." But besides that, RC and I share a lot of the same values. We see life in very similar ways. We go about things and we have that sort of attitude to just, keep going and do the best we can. And he's shown that side of me more than anybody ever has. And to be here and just have that friend is something that, I don't take lightly. It's been a true privilege. And it goes back to the days in high school. It goes back to the days we sat in chemistry class, or we sat in RC's truck when he used to drive a Ford F-150 like a true American. Where even during COVID, we'd go up to the USF campus and watch the sunset in the back of his truck. But sometimes we're in but at the same time, we're driving through Wyoming and then getting to Yellowstone National Park, trying to find the human trail, but getting stuck on a bison trail instead for hours and hours. We didn't even start the trail, we were just running around in circles. But I wouldn't have wanted to do that with anybody else. And back to the yapping point. So RC and I went on a trip back in when we went to Yellowstone, and then that's when I realized he was a true sleeper. But then Ella came into the picture when we went on a trip to Zion, December of 2022, and I remember to this day He was asleep, Ella was driving, and I was the one giving her company. We were just sitting there yapping, and I was like, he found a yapper, we got it, we can talk for hours and hours now on our road trips, and it was awesome. I knew they were just the perfect balance for each other, and now we get to see it live for many, 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 many more years. And Ella grounds him in a way that, you know, like it's beautiful to see. There is such a beautiful balance of just love, passion, and just, you know, like care for everyone, including themselves and all of their friends and everybody here. And they show that deeply, and you know, we don't find that a lot, and they get to share that. And it's just so nice to see. And I remember when he first told us about her, he would just light up. It was a moment where you just knew that there was something special between them, and to be able to sit there and see that live, and now over time kind of see that develop and become something so beautiful, is something so heartfelt and really, really tugs on your heartstrings, and it's beautiful. You guys are such a beautiful couple, and you guys are what love should be. So I just want to end that with saying we're here today, you know, celebrating the union of such amazing people that will continue to inspire me as a person, continue to inspire me as a friend, and will be a foundation that I can rely on for years and years to come. And that's something that, you know, you can't recreate, you can't just make up. It's something that has to be built, and they've shown that we can build it and continue building it forward. So with that, I just want to say thank you, RC, thank you, Ella, thank you both for showing me that you guys are everything that I want to be and will grow into being in my relationships and in my friendships. So cheers to RC and Ella.